MC Hammer just pissed his money off when you knew that I was employing 200 people from my community. It said more about you than it did about me. So I didn't go on the radio to defend that. Everybody knew that I had 200 employees. It wasn't no secret. So what you think, I was paying them in hamburgers? So you know somebody was paying that payroll and it wasn't falling. So I was doing that.
Everybody who knows me, it's no secret. All my friends, my entourage, as they used to say, were made up of nothing but ex-cons. Why? My brothers. I could be one of them tomorrow.
MC Hammer's rise to fame in the rap scene was accompanied by whispers of a shadowy past delving into the underworld with a fear factor that rivaled even notorious figures like Suge Knight. His journey through the streets was a tale woven with intrigue and danger, long shrouded in mystery. Before achieving stardom, MC Hammer walked the gritty paths with unwavering determination, earning a reputation as one of the era's most feared individuals. His past was a maze of secretive dealings and audacious exploits, solidifying his position as a force to be reckoned with in the criminal underworld. Whispers hinted at his involvement in illicit activities, from running with infamous gangs to orchestrating covert operations that sent chills down the spines of even the most hardened criminals. Yet amid the chaos and peril, Hammer wielded power with a calculated finesse that distinguished him from his peers. But how did such a chaotic man go bankrupt all of a sudden? His mysterious allure and commanding presence in the darkest corners of society positioned him as a force beyond compare, overshadowing even the most infamous figures in the criminal underworld. Stories of his daring exploits and unflinching demeanor spread like wildfire, cementing his status as a true icon of the streets. But before this, there was a man living an ordinary life. Stanley Kirk Burrell, better known as MC Hammer, faced the harsh realities of East Oakland, California, where financial hardship and a backdrop of crime and substance abuse were everyday issues. Raised among numerous siblings by a single mother after his parents' separation, he navigated the rough terrain of his surroundings. When asked how he resisted the lure of illicit activity surrounding him, MC Hammer attributed it to his unwavering love for his mother and his determination not to let her down.
Fame is very costly if you're not careful on how to tame fame, then fame will tame you.
In his youth, MC Hammer exhibited an entrepreneurial streak by hustling tickets from Oakland A's baseball players and flipping them for extra cash. His older brother's ties to the team gave him an entry into the sports world. Alongside his ticket-selling hustle, he delighted passersby with impromptu dance performances in parking lots, his trusted radio providing the soundtrack. These early ventures revealed his growing love for dance and entertainment. In a stroke of fate, MC Hammer caught the eye of Charles Finley, the owner of the Oakland A's, with his impressive talents. This encounter opened a remarkable door for Hammer, who secured a position as a clubhouse assistant at the incredibly tender age of 9. His commitment and diligence left a profound impact on Finley and the team, leading to rapid advancement within the organization. By his early teenage years, Hammer had ascended to the role of vice president, a testament to his exceptional work ethic and undeniable potential.
I worked for the Oakland A's as the assistant to the owner of the team, whose name was Charles O. Finley, and I was made the youngest executive vice president in America.
Baseball played a significant role in shaping MC Hammer's identity. During his time with the Oakland A's, outfielder Reggie Jackson noticed a striking resemblance between Hammer and fellow outfielder Hank Aaron, renowned as the Hammer.
Helpful to my career as I became a musician known as MC Hammer. At the time, Reggie Jackson had named me Hammer.
Following high school, MC Hammer pursued higher education at a local college, but soon became disillusioned with the experience. Opting for a different path, he enlisted in the Navy and served for several years, earning an honorable discharge. During his military tenure, he and a roommate crafted music demos right in their barracks. Post-service, Hammer ventured into the music scene, briefly joining a gospel hip-hop group called the Holy Ghost Boys. This diverse journey laid the groundwork for his multifaceted career in the music industry. Following his military service, MC Hammer pursued his passion for music by securing a substantial loan from a couple of former Oakland A's players. This financial support allowed him to establish his very own record label, which he named Busted Productions. Under this company, he founded Bustin' Records, an independent label where MC Hammer assumed the role of CEO.
Can you imagine Michael Jackson, MC Hammer on tour, big dance tour, we can go around the world a few times.
Wow.
And that was the concept that we were working on.
Rebranding himself as MC Hammer, which symbolized Master of Ceremonies, he recorded his debut album titled Feel My Power and independently released it in 1987 on his own label. This milestone marked the inception of his music career and set him on the path to become a prominent figure in the music industry.
Denying all what you've been trying, no way
Through unwavering determination and tireless effort, MC Hammer achieved a remarkable feat, selling over 60,000 copies of his debut album. However, his breakthrough moment arrived in '88 while performing at an Oakland nightclub. There, he caught the eye of a record executive who was thoroughly impressed by his talent and promptly offered him a multi-album contract with Capitol Records. Reflecting on the moment, MC Hammer recalled, quote, "I was a student at the time, so I'm like, I can't even conceive what $10,000 looks like. I don't even think I can spell it." Literally 10 minutes later, the phone rings and the guy goes, "Hi, is this MC Hammer? I'm calling from Capitol Records." With this pivotal deal, MC Hammer reissued his debut album under the title Let's Get It Started, incorporating additional tracks. The album featured standout singles such as Pump It Up, Turn This Mother Out, They Put Me in the Mix, and the title track. Subsequently, his third album, Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em, hit the shelves in February of 1990, boasting the chart-topping anthem You Can't Touch This, which sampled Rick James' Super Freak. This iconic track further cemented MC Hammer's position as a prominent figure in the music industry.
See her, I'm looking for that love. She's a bone and a...
And the song You Can't Touch This was the turning point in his career. On January 13th, 1990, MC Hammer unleashed the lead single from his second studio album, propelling himself and hip-hop into the mainstream stratosphere. You Can't Touch This made history as the first hip-hop track to claim the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Its parent album, Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em, shattered records, becoming the first hip-hop album to achieve certified diamond status, selling over 10 million copies. However, what truly etched Hammer into pop culture immortality were the iconic visuals that accompanied this infectious pop hip-hop anthem. The music album for You Can't Touch This introduced the world to MC Hammer's iconic harem pants and his legendary Hammer dance. While Hammer had showcased his moves in previous videos like Turn This Mother Out, it was You Can't Touch This that truly spotlighted his smooth execution of the Running Man, the bump, and hairpin twirls. Around 2 minutes into the video, Hammer commands Break It Down, and what follows is a 15-second long single take, the longest in the video, where he swiftly shuffles from one side of the stage to the other, birthing the Hammer dance. But if Rupert Wainwright, the director of the You Can't Touch This music video, had his way, that scene would have never made it into the final cut. Wainwright, known for directing films like Blank Check and The Fog, began his career shooting music videos. Originally from the UK, he ventured to the US in the '80s on a Fulbright scholarship, earning his MFA in film directing at UCLA. While he dabbled in music videos, his true passion lay in filmmaking. During his early days, he encountered a hurdle while working on a short film when the production company informed him he was $10,000 over budget. "I was a student at the time, so I'm like, I can't even conceive what $10,000 looks like," he said. "I don't even think I can spell it." Literally 10 minutes later, the phone rings and the guy goes, "Hi, is this MC Hammer? I'm calling from Capitol Records." Hammer was collaborating with a post-production studio in San Diego, coincidentally the same studio Wainwright was using for his previous music video projects, when someone suggested Hammer get in touch with Wainwright for his next video. Quote, "The honest truth is I wasn't big into rap at that time," Wainwright admits, "and I wasn't really interested in doing music videos. All the videos I'd done were with white disco divas, and I was like, God, I hate this S. It's like 3 hours between every shot while they fix their makeup. It was horrible. I just needed the money to pay for my short film." Wainwright took the job expecting it to be a straightforward shoot. "We thought we'll do a good job, but it's Saturday, let's wrap up early," Wainwright recalls. Then this tour bus pulls up and the dancers step out and this sergeant major's voice starts booming. I couldn't believe it. It was the most organized thing you ever saw in your life. Thanks in part to his 3-year stint in the Navy, Hammer, born Stanley Kirk Burrell, has been described as a demanding taskmaster. According to a 1990 Rolling Stone cover story, he would fine members of his entourage $100 per day if they broke curfew on tour. "We were like so impressed by their dedication, their organization, their drive, their talent, everything," Wainwright says, "and we just went all day. We shot for like 22 hours. It was crazy." That's what kicked off what would become a long-standing relationship between Hammer and Wainwright. Wainwright found himself straddling both cinema and music when Hammer approached him with an idea to shoot a movie musical for his second studio album. Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em, the movie, is considered a pioneer in the visual album format, intertwining 4 tracks from the album into a cohesive narrative that would also be released as separate videos. Quote, "When you do 4 videos all at once and it's all done as a musical, it works great altogether," Wainwright reflects, "but you need a bit of variety when you're releasing singles." As Wainwright embarked on production for the TV movie Dillinger, he received a call from Hammer. Quote, "We've got to do another video. I want it to be pop this time, none of the musical stuff," Wainwright recounts. And I said, "Okay, great, but I'm doing this television movie right now." And he goes, "Well, work it out." Click. He would always call me at 4 in the morning and give me a whole bunch of instructions and then hang up, Wainwright adds. "I used to go to bed with a pen and paper beside my phone so I could just scribble it down because I would wake up in the next morning and go, what the heck did he say?" Wainwright's task was clear: go pop. And that's exactly what he did. For instance, when it came to the lyrics, quote, "I've toured around the world from London to the Bay," Wainwright envisioned cutting to a shot of a guy in underwear with the British flag on it. "Let's make it as funny and as silly as possible," Wainwright explains his game plan. "I wanted to create a video that would keep a smile on your face from beginning to end." While there were no shots of underwear in the final cut, the video boasted vibrant colors, dynamic camera angles, and most importantly, high-energy dancing. "Great video, Roops," Wainwright recalls Hammer saying when he sent him a cut, "but you messed it up in the editing." Wainwright had initially omitted the Hammer dance from his version. He goes, quote, "You've got to put that in, no edits, just a straight shot," Wainwright says. "I'm like, Hammer, I love you, man, but that is crazy. Nobody wants to watch you dance uninterrupted for 15 seconds. Hammer insisted, and Wainwright relented, allowing him to work with the editor and use whatever footage he wanted. While starting shooting for Dillinger in Toledo, Ohio, Wainwright received a FedEx package containing a VHS of the final cut for You Can't Touch This. To his dismay, there was the dance break. "I watched it with the art director of Dillinger and I said, thank God I'm doing a TV movie because this music video will finish me in this business," Wainwright recalls. In a sense, he wasn't entirely wrong. The video became a massive hit, but it somewhat typecast Wainwright. "That video ended up ending my music video career," Wainwright jokes. "Every video I did after that, all people wanted was You Can't Touch This." While this meteoric success affected his splurging activities, and his lawsuits also took a toll on his budget, the ears are off in the bitter battle between Jeffrey Katzenberg and his former employer, the Walt Disney Co. On April 9th, the DreamWorks exec filed a $250 million breach of contract suit against the studio. Katzenberg's '94 breakup with Disney was, like any good Hollywood divorce, very public and very acrimonious. According to court papers, Katzenberg claims he hasn't been paid an incentive bonus as stipulated in his contract of 2% of the profits of all movies and TV shows developed during his 10 years at Disney. Katzenberg is asking that a Los Angeles court order Disney to open its books so he can accurately analyze the studio's finances. A Disney spokesman says, quote, "There's been quite a spin game played. Now the matter can be decided according to the facts." The axe drops on Hammer. On April 3rd, the recording artist 34, whose 1990 hit You Can't Touch This became the biggest rap song of all time, filed for bankruptcy in Oakland. The rapper's showy lifestyle once included a 20-room mansion, a string of racehorses, and a ranking of number 19 on Forbes' magazine's 1991 list of highest-paid entertainers. He now claims debts of $10 million. Among the hundreds of creditors, American Express with a bill of $28,650.64, while unspecified amounts are owed to AT&T, MCI, and multi-sport star Deion Sanders.
"You were building bowling alleys at the house too, and I know your partner Evander loves to bowl. Have you ever bowled against him?"
Why we gotta talk about that?
Moreover, the money he earned through his songs was splurged heavily. These days, MC Hammer is as renowned for his financial troubles as he once was for his music and his iconic poofy pants. The story of how MC Hammer went bankrupt seems almost unbelievable. Describing his spending as excessive is a vast understatement. His journey serves as a cautionary tale for anyone who amasses an enormous amount of wealth in a remarkably short period of time. Granted, that might not apply to many of us, but the lesson is clear. Smart money management is crucial, regardless of your income level. To his credit, Hammer has made some efforts to address his financial missteps. He's also embraced a new role as a pastor and has spoken out in numerous interviews about the pitfalls of money and how it consumed him during the peak of his fame. So for those wondering what happened to MC Hammer, he's alive and well, but his wallet is significantly lighter than it once was. At one point, Hammer had a staff of around 200 people on his payroll, ensuring that there were always multiple individuals available to cater to his every need. Additionally, he maintained an entourage of over 40 people, all of whom traveled with him and accompanied him at public events. While undeniably excessive, there was an altruistic aspect to his decision to employ such a large number of individuals. Most of them were friends, family members, and others he had known throughout his life. Despite contributing significantly to the depletion of his fortune, Hammer was providing for a lot of people at a staggering cost of nearly $1 million every month. While his financial downfall is well documented, his intentions seem to have been genuinely good-hearted.
If you wanted to now say the story is MC Hammer just pissed his money off when you knew that I was employing 200 people from my community. It said more about you than it did about me. So I didn't go on the radio to defend that.
Entering Hammer's extravagant Fremont, California estate felt like popping into a Xanadu. Spread over 40,000 square feet, the mansion boasted 2 swimming pools, one shaped like a man dancing in Hammer's signature pants, tennis courts, a baseball field, a recording studio, a 9-car garage, 3 master suites, Italian marble floors, and gold front gates. The construction cost alone, a staggering $30 million. Not to mention the ongoing maintenance and the sizable staff needed to upkeep such a sprawling property spanning 12.5 acres. Unfortunately, financial woes led him to sell the estate in '97 for just $5.7 million, a fraction of its construction cost.
Hey, we're gonna talk about MC Hammer next, how he pissed off $30 million. Man, that's what you get for trying to contribute to the community.
Showy and costly cars have always been a weakness for celebrities, flush with disposable income, and Hammer's transportation collection once rivaled the best of them. He owned 2 private helicopters, just in case one was in the shop perhaps, a private jet, a Lamborghini, and a limousine. But he didn't stop there. He boasted an additional 17 luxury automobiles, which raises the question, why build a garage that can only hold 9 cars? MC Hammer equestrian? In one of his more puzzling indulgences, Hammer purchased 19 thoroughbred horses. While these animals are undoubtedly lovely and majestic, the sheer number, 19 of them, raises eyebrows. Considering that the price tag for just one thoroughbred is around $1 million, he quite literally bought the entire stable, the Oaktown stable to be exact. One of his horses even ran in the Kentucky Derby. At the peak of his popularity, Hammer found himself embroiled in several lawsuits. Legendary musician Rick James and Christian singer Kevin Christian were among those who took legal action against him, both claiming copyright infringement. While both cases were eventually settled, in James's case, he won the right to be credited as a co-writer on You Can't Touch This, Hammer's biggest hit. As a result, a substantial portion of the royalties began flowing to James, causing Hammer a significant financial setback. In 2009, he faced another lawsuit, this time from book publisher Simon & Schuster, who had given him a $61,000 advance for a book he never delivered. Rick James explained to Musician magazine, quote, "I put a very operatic vocal structure on it because I'm really into opera. You probably hear a lot of that in my music." Hammer has never shied away from his penchant for lavish spending. During his prime, there seemed to be no limit to his budget for personal luxuries. With a unique and distinctive style, he spared no expense in finding the perfect clothes to match the persona he was portraying. Nowadays, whenever parachute pants come into view, they're immediately associated with Hammer. It's unfortunate, though, that he went broke trying to maintain his image only to have it forever linked with a questionable fashion choice. At one point, Hammer was earning an astonishing $50 million in a single calendar year. With such high income, one might assume he entrusted his money to a professional financial manager. Surprisingly, he hired his brother for this monumental task. Unfortunately, his brother lacked any experience in accounting or financial management. Hammer's style of hip-hop was characterized by its upbeat energy. However, by the mid-1990s, the genre was evolving towards a grittier, more socially conscious direction which didn't align with Hammer's style. Consequently, his music quickly became outdated, a relic of another era in hip-hop, and he fell out of fashion. You Can't Touch This and Too Legit to Quit were global sensations, each earning millions in sales, with the former winning 2 Grammy Awards. When you're riding high on such success, it's understandable to expect it to continue. Because of this, Hammer continued spending extravagantly, assuming the hits would keep coming. However, they didn't, and Hammer found himself facing the consequences. In 2011, Hammer was sued by the IRS for not paying over $700,000 in back taxes. Despite his claims that he did pay them, a district court ruled against him. Hammer's argument was somewhat eye-roll inducing. He claimed that if the IRS had informed him of what he owed at the time, he would have paid his taxes. According to him, they shouldn't be able to come back 20 years later and demand the money. But sorry, Hammer, the IRS doesn't work that way. In recent years, Hammer ventured into the tech industry with an attempt to launch an alternative to Google called Wiredo in 2011. The company's motto was search once and see what's related. Unfortunately, the startup never officially launched and fizzled out before it even started. Hammer likely invested some of his own cash into the concept, and when it didn't work out, he found himself once again out a substantial sum of money. Hammer's bankruptcy history is somewhat complicated. He initially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1996, which later changed to a Chapter 7 bankruptcy in '98. However, in 2002, his bankruptcy discharge was denied by a court. Despite these setbacks, he continued to be involved in numerous business ventures over the last 2 decades, with varying degrees of success, and it seems he has somewhat stabilized himself financially. Reflecting on his financial troubles, Hammer has a surprising perspective. "Some people ask me sometimes, would I go back and change things?" he told Oprah. "They are flabbergasted by my answer. My real true answer is I wouldn't change one thing. I really believe in the butterfly effect, meaning that if I change one thing, everything else changes. I lose the kids I have now. I lose the relationships I have now. I lose the peace I have now, so I'm very happy with my decision." In '91, MC Hammer's net worth soared to an estimated $33 million as reported by Forbes. However, just 5 years later, the rapper found himself filing for bankruptcy, largely due to reckless spending habits. Speaking alongside Oprah, the 90s icon revealed that he does not regret how he spent his wealth, nor does he harbor any regrets about his past. And even fans have taken their idol's side. One person wrote, "Many rappers who called him a sellout for doing commercials, etc., ended up getting richer doing the same thing. They were hypocrites. He also never should have felt obligated to take everybody along with him when he gained success." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.